All right, everybody. Welcome to People in the Boxes, episode 110, Thursday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. It is September 5th, 2024. Let's go.
Welcome to People in the Boxes.
Yes. Welcome to People in the Boxes, guys. If you could, we have such an awesome show for you tonight. Very common topic, but it's one that everybody, I think, loves to weigh in on, good, bad, or indifferent. So we are going to be talking about depression. Not necessarily just the depressing things about depression, but we're going to try and talk about, what is it that you do to help uplift your mood? Not is it just cannabis? Is it just this? Is it just that? We're going to get into it. We're going to get hot and heavy, and we're going to bring you guys up. Anybody that wants to come up on screen to talk about it, let us know. We'll get you the link. Of course, we have Kim with us from the Legit Bean Review Remastered. What's up, Kim? The White Hulk in the house.
What's going on, everybody? Hi, I'm here.
She is here.
I have walls in my house now. I'm not Casper. I'm not able to Casper it through the walls anymore.
Shimmy through the middle and hope that you don't get caught on a nail that's not been.
Well, it was more like getting caught on the electrical wires that they run through
that aren't fully grounded in yet.
No, they were grounded in. They've been grounded in for a while, but that was the only thing that really you had to worry about was the electrical wires.
Hi, Rose. Hi, Tasha. Hi, everybody. I'm seeing their comments. I'm putting them up as we talk, guys. So
rock up today, so I have walls.
That's awesome. That's definitely an uplifting, kind of feeling, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not totally, but we would be remiss to say, well, first of all, guys, before we get into the conversation, really appreciate anybody hitting the like and share buttons. I'm going to start giving you the option between a game night ticket or a ticket to get a chance at one of the Indoor Farmer hats. I'll be having my hats shipped to me. I've already paid fully for them, and they are, I think, finished, just waiting to get shipped out. I think tomorrow was the word. So let's go on that. I'm really excited. There's a good handful of people that are all interested to get one. Yes, Brenda. I say let's go. It's a little generic. I say it because I don't want to have to repeat my title when I share the thing. So I just let's go. And also because let's go, that's also why I do it, right? So last night's show was interesting. I know it was a little weird, and I think we had some bad connection issues and such like that, but shouts out to my man, Don Lamar. I sent him the link. He might be coming up tonight. I'm not sure, but I sent the link out to quite a few people. If anyone in the current comments are interested to come up, definitely let me know. I'm going to put the link out on my page here on Wayland Indoor Farmer. Come up and let us know what you think. I mean, it doesn't have to be necessarily directly whether or not you are depressed, but we, can't really talk about depression without talking about things like anxiety and some things that are sort of ancillary or that cause it. I guess chicken and egg, really, some of these things are caused by each other and sort of amplified. I don't know. I'm sure there's a technical thing as to which one comes first or whether or not anxiety is fully connected. But would you say, Kim, that some of your anxiety about getting this house taken care of is causing a bit of a temporary depression? Because we have different types of depression, right? There's a sort of a long-term, that has no reason for being there, but we have a sort of depressed kind of a personality or sort of long-term depression issues. Then you have people who become depressed because of a specific incidents, like being dumped, for instance, or you have things like this where depression can come from an unknowing of like the outcome of the house, or different issues with that. Excuse me.
Anxiety and depression usually go hand in hand. So you'll have anxiety, you'll have more, I can't remember the chemicals behind it. There's chemicals in your brain behind it, and I'm not there right now, but
we don't have to be, yeah. This show's not about the specifics, but we can get as specific as we want. Go ahead. Sorry.
So anxiety causes a different chemical reaction, and so when the anxiety comes back down, it kind of crashes, and a lot of the times it'll crash into depression for people that have depression usually suffer from anxiety and depression.
Like anxiety is the sort of the in motion feeling, like where we don't, where are we going to land, but then depression is kind of like you were just saying, it ends up being the pool that we land in where we can't seem to get air. Hi Kasia, that's a pretty good analogy. I think I like that.
Most people that have anxiety have depression associated with it as well, because you have the highs and then you have the lows. It's not usually as severe as like what bipolar disorder is, and it's a little bit different. But anxiety and depression can be situational, like the loss of a relationship or a loved one, or it can be if you have a long-term situation, like you can develop depression that way. And some people are born that way, they're biologically that way. Or you will have people that have TBIs, like traumatic brain injuries. A lot of the times, depending on what part of the brain is damaged, will have the anxiety and the depression from that.
We talked about PTSD as well before on the show, and we've actually talked about postpartum depression, but this is a little bit more of a broader topic because not everybody has had a baby, not everybody's had a traumatic incident that gave them the depression. So kind of opening it back up a little bit. I think we're on to something though. I think with the two things, they go so hand in hand that sometimes you can't tell the difference. And you're like, and so what I'm thinking is what I propose is that some of it, I don't know what percentage of it. What's up, Wayne? Hello, Wayne. Come on in, my friend. I propose that some of it, if not a lot of it, is a mindset thing that we can change just by knowing ourselves a little bit, like say knowing our triggers of happiness, not necessarily, maybe not happiness, but like joy, I guess. The buzzword's joy. Everybody needs joy right now, right? Joy can run the country. So let's just talk about like what maybe triggers that, music and some of the things that are maybe sinful, like grabbing the high sugar snacks or doing things that maybe we shouldn't do. Wayne's got a big topic or big comment here. What's he say here? Serotonin. Yeah. That's probably what you were thinking there, Kim. Serotonin levels, when they drop, tend to mimic a depression. That's very true. You get that kind of a depression too, well, there's also the seasonal type of depression as well. Hence why people see comments in the feed and they get excited, and it's dopamine. Yeah, you're getting that rush. Oh, hey, thanks for commenting. More people need to get out and do stuff like exercise. No idea. Well, yeah, and so like to your point, Wayne, I've been doing more frisbee golf, disc golf with my dog, and I've been recording it and taking some live streams while I'm out there and stuff. So I'm not fully, stepping away, but it is good content. I think it's fun. But to your point, though, like that's something outside that gives me that dopamine rush. Oh, that was a great throw. I love that throw, and it really helps me get out of it. And a lot of people probably know this already, but getting some sunlight definitely can change your mood a little bit. Anxiety and depression. Yeah, Rachel, I hear you. I definitely have a lot of anxiety. I don't have the same kind of anxiety like speaking in front of people anxiety or those types of things in front of the camera. I have a sort of macro anxiety of like the entire planet. It's crazy. I think depression is, so what's up, Colin, my friend? I think depression is a result of freezing rather than usual flight or fight or flight or fight, flight or flight. I hear you. Fight or flight response. So that's, well, but I don't know. Like the freezing is kind of the limbo, like I was saying. Maybe not in motion, but like up in the air. Like you don't have a way. Like there's no direction to go. You just have to wait until you crash, kind of thing. Like she was saying. Brad says my anxiety is about 5 million right now. Ooh, Brad, that doesn't sound good, my friend. What can you do, Brad? Maybe let's take Brad as an example for just a second, Brad. No offense, my friend. What if we say, well, look, Brad likes this, and this. He likes music. He likes whatever. And we can make a list, but maybe in his current state of mind, maybe Brad can't make that list off the top of his head right now. Maybe he's just, annoyed and angry on top of the anxiety. There's things that are kind of crashing in on him. And I'd love to see Dr. Heath come up on this episode. It'd be great, but I didn't really hit anyone up a lot ahead of time, so it's all good. But I'm not necessarily looking to pick things apart in an expert way, but we're just having a rough conversation about it. I enjoy it. And to what Brad was saying, like maybe it's harder for that person, and the rest of us have this sort of outside view, and like, oh well, of course, just like be happier, Brad. Like we can't just do that, right? But if we know, like during our less anxious times, to make a list or kind of figure out what it is. Oh yeah, that really calms me down. Oh, going frisbee golfing. Okay, that's one of those things that really seems to help me out or whatever. You know what I mean? And you kind of start to take note of those things, and maybe just maybe it can help our mood some. Jess says it's not getting better, my depression, but bonus, I get to lose lots of weight and be really skinny. My goal weight is 100. That is definitely not always necessarily good. Jess, don't be not eating just from depression. Cheers, Kick. Got a comment to the Kicksters here. But yeah, Jess, we don't want to see that. And that's the point, is like depression can make you not care about things like eating, or not care about things like not eating. You can go both directions with that one, right? Like I've definitely been heavier than I am now. I'm definitely doing a lot better cutting out. I didn't cut out all sugar, but I cut out quite a bit of my sugar. That has helped me a lot with anxiety. What about you, Kim? Do you drink anything with caffeine? Do you do coffee? Do you do things? I try to do very little caffeine. Like I'll drink a little green tea, or go ahead.
I don't do caffeine at all.
ADHD, so that affects my depression. Yeah, for sure. ADHD. But honestly though, I don't know about ADHD. Like my they used to call it hyperactive. I think there was something else to that, but my brother had that. They had the Ritalin back in the day, right? But then they changed the terminology to ADHD or ADD. And I don't know about it, because there's some doctors that say that's a combination of things that you're dealing with. And that's fine, I guess, if we want to just call it that. I don't know which way I want to land on that topic, but I do think it's an interesting to bring it up, ADHD, because it could be just a combination of things, or it could be that's what we call that combination of things. You know what I mean? So, but people tend to think certain things that we have combined is just all like it's like one thing. Well, sometimes when you unpack it, you have to deal with multiple issues like anger, anxiety, depression. Yeah. What's up, Diane? We got also have high functioning autism, PTSD, and 3 forms of dyslexia. Well, Rachel, you've got a smorgasbord there. So the autism, is that a I want to know if that is a, what do you call it, diagnosed? Is that diagnosed? because there have been, and I don't know you well enough, Rachel, to point any fingers, but there have been a lot of people that sort of self-diagnose them of autism, and I don't know where I land on that topic either, because it's really hard to just only believe doctors nowadays when there's so much research that you can do yourself on certain things. And granted, plenty of people don't do enough. They'll go to WebMD and they like, oh look, I have this ailment. My symptoms line up. Have you heard that kind of thing, Kim? A lot of people just maybe don't look into it very far, and like, or like maybe some hypochondriacs out there that just think they have everything. But
Well,
then
people
there
are
is a chance.
people are willing to take a little bit of stuff, like say narcissism. Everybody has some degree of narcissism.
Yep, I agree.
But a narcissistic personality disorder is different than having narcissistic, some level of low level of narcissism. And so, I sit there and I work in the high school and I hear these terms thrown around: PTSD, narcissism, where kids call another kid narcissistic or whatever, and it's
okay. And they
there's a
don't know
lot of awareness these days about mental health stuff, which is good. But
come on, Jess.
Then you get all kinds of people trying to diagnose other people with whatever, and there's a lot of criteria that goes into being able to diagnose somebody with anything, including ADHD. ADHD is a medical disorder, and it's brain-based.
Insomnia. There's a lot of things you can do for sleep, Val, but there's certain things. I don't think everything would work for everybody, but I want to say that you might want to have a blood test done and check like magnesium levels. That's a huge one that I've heard recently, and I need to do it myself because I think I have restless leg syndrome, but I do not have a diagnosis of it. So, guys, if you want to get in on the giveaway for tonight, I'm going to be doing a couple of number spins for subscribers, and then also going to be doing a giveaway that's either your pick. You get to use this for either a game night ticket or a ticket to win a chance for a hat, indoor farmer hat. Your pick of the whatever is left of the options. Country boy, what's up? They call me neurodivergent, Rachel. Okay.
Yeah, that's a term they use with people that have diagnosis with autism, ADHD, certain brain-related things. I don't know what to call it. Hey, nobody.
You know what? Hey, nobody. You know what the skeleton sang at the open mic night? Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. See, I'm trying to catch up. A lot of good comments tonight, guys. It's a tough subject, but it's also something that we all deal with. And I also don't want to sit here and just be like in the glooms about it. We all have ways we all sort of cope in our own ways, but sometimes we have to re-examine the way that we're coping with things, because if it's destructive, or if for some reason you just like are not enjoying anything in life, because I've been there, cannabis was like one of the only things I could lean on at that time, and even that was, when you're broke and trying to get your next, bag or whatever, and it's just like that's a not an easy spot to be in when it's a crutch. Our backfire woke up under the bed like a cat in water. All right, country boy. See, that's what you got to do. You got to find some friends, whether that's online, real life, and you got to find some that uplift you, like how country boy jumped to the ceiling like a cat in water, he says. found dealing with the problems head on and dealing with it the best way possible, lessening any depression life. Yeah, and that even that's hard though, because let's face it, sometimes depression can make you feel self-destructive. Like, well, you know what? I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them by, doing this to myself or doing that to myself. And I've been there. I've been there. Like, oh, they'll find out. They'll f around and find out. And that's not, let's be real. Nobody's going to find out. No one's paying attention to that when you're the one that's dying on the inside, right? So sometimes we have to step back and be like,
oops,
remind ourselves, hey, like hurting myself is not going to help the situation. Actually making yourself feel better by getting healthier, doing some exercise, eating better, whatever it is, whether you're not eating enough and changing that, or you're eating too much, try to eat healthier, whatever that is, that can improve your mood a lot. Taking tests and studies. Okay. For the sleeping, Rachel, brain activity. Yes. Well, I mean, have you thought about, have you tried a lot of exercise? I mean, maybe some exercise before sleep. And they take the edge off my crazy with crazy. Ah, I see. Country Boy uses crazy. All right. So if you're wondering, you're like, I'm going crazy. What do I do? Use a little more crazy. Jump on down the rabbit hole. He says restless leg syndrome. FICO helps with that. Okay. Well, can you put like a little magnesium in with the FICO? I mean, you could do a little combo, right? Just want me to take sleeping pills and don't want to. Okay. All right. Well, where's King Neb? I guess nobody else is coming up tonight. It's very sad. I gave the link out to like 20 people. It's okay. We're not gonna let it depress us. We're not gonna let it get us down. But we are going to talk about what gets us up. Maybe I should rephrase that. I'm the only one laughing at my own jokes. I love it. But I will say there are plenty of things that can improve your mood that you don't think about, like grounding, walking around outside, or some things like, I don't know which one yet. What is it, like a copper bracelet or bronze? There's different bracelets and crystals too that are supposedly help you with your energies too. It's always fun to try those. Hi, Perry. How we win a hat. Okay. I will explain. Let me get Shirley here to help me explain. Well, it's elementary, my dear Leslie. What we'll do is we will give hats away once a month. One hat a month to my subscribers and or anyone who gets a ticket for the hat spin. And if you get a ticket for it, you use it that one spin. You have to try to win another ticket. But if you want to purchase a hat, you will have to buy them for either $30 as a non-subscriber, or if you are a subscriber. And honestly, I may end up changing this. I kind of want people to have been a subscriber for at least like 2 months, because I don't necessarily want to just have a bunch of people jump in that I think are going to just leave right away. You know what I mean? I've done things like that before, and basically I'm giving away $8 by doing that. So we'll talk about it, but I definitely want to give anyone who's a subscriber a ticket, but I'm thinking at least 2 or 3 months, or if they have purchased for the full year or whatever. I'll have to do something that uses, see what Tasha has. Okay, what's up, Tasha? I'll have to do something that uses the left side of my brain. Okay, take a long shower or walk always helps slowly every day. journal and meditate also. Yeah, there's actually a lot of really good stuff that comes from Dr. Heath. Shouts out again over on X. He pulls up like different lists of things like mindfulness exercises and ways to a good schedule throughout the day. Like it has to do with meditation in the morning, getting eating a high protein breakfast, getting some sun. I mean, there's a whole list of things. Getting some sun, I think getting some exercise was on it. Uh, Towards the end of the evening, it was like, dinner, some like social time. There was like, it was a whole list. I loved it. I think I shared it on X. Shouts out to my X account at the Indoor Farmer. We're up to 711. We are up to 711. Sorry, no offense to anyone, but come on, 711.
What?
711 followers on X.
Well,
You missed it. You're over there. She's over there reading blogs on Threads or something.
yep.
You find relief. Yes, I hope everybody does. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this tonight, because I want it to be, I want to uplift some people, not just, I can't give you the answers to your problems, but what I can say is that we all have problems and that we all, want things to be easier. But guess what? The struggle is part of the point. I try to do different things today. Clean my house from top to bottom in the kitchen. Oh, wow. Okay. That's always good. Actually makes you feel good, doesn't it, Just? Hey, we got Elisa May. What's up, Elisa May?
Hi.
You might grab food. Yes, it is nice. It sounds like a nice day. Rachel says, I don't like pills. Yeah, I don't like them either. They wanted me to take, Xanax and everything else. And look, I get it. I'm using cannabis, right? There's some downsides to cannabis. We don't need to get into it all, but versus when you compare the two, I was walking around like a zombie on Xanax. Like, oh, like, just like, okay. Like nobody would have liked to hang around me for any reason at that point. I'd just be like, what? All right, let's go do that. Like not want to do anything for any reason, no fun, no anything, no eating. Yeah. So I'm totally with you on that. I am willing to take the downsides of cannabis to avoid the downsides of other things.
Yeah. Because some of the pills will make you feel like you're not even yourself no more. You're just there.
Rose says all of it is meth anyway. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
she's
right.
she's not wrong. Like opiates, meth in some way. Hell, they found that
Yeah.
that the chemicals in like a Monster or like the energy drinks and stuff are like a molecule away from meth. Things like that. Oh,
Well,
man.
Adderall is meth. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that too. Yep, synthetic meth. Had 5 sleep apnea studies done and 2 other electronic studies done, MRI and all that, have found a two aneurysm, or it's 2 aneurysm, but that's not what's the reason. Okay, they don't think that's it. Pills suck. Only take pills. Well, I mean, Valerie, you could also try things like melatonin. There's some other natural things too that help you sleep. CBN, lots of CBN. Take pills or Spico as well, like Country Boy was saying. Enough otherwise.
Sit in the
Yeah.
sun for 2 hours a day, remember?
Yeah.
So,
Wait, 2 hours? I thought it was like 15 minutes.
Oh, I thought somebody on your show said 2 hours.
Oh, it might have been Hamad. I sent him the link tonight too. I don't know if he's coming, but I think you're right. I think if I remember right, that was him. Some suffer from trauma that hasn't surfaced and don't have the opportunity to distract from the depression. Have to suffer by diving deeper into their own feelings for a chance to get better. So that's a good point, Cullen. And I want to say this, like, not only do we have a seasonal depression, which can probably be different for all of us, different times of the year, but we also have a daily depression. And that by that I don't necessarily mean mood, but we also have mood swings, not just women, but men and all of us. We have mood swings, and what I mean by the daily depression is we have a sort of the down part of the day where we are more tired. Everyone has like a moment. There's like it's a different what is it? Part of our circadian rhythm, if I'm not mistaken, where we have a moment where like it's kind of we hit a wall, or we just really want to nap at that point of the day. And everybody's is a little bit different, which is interesting. But with that same vein, I also think it's interesting to note that even men have a cycle of the month. Men have a monthly cycle. We don't menstruate, but we have a emotional cycle where we have a weekly time where we are more. I don't want to say emotional, but because Dr. He says that's not a thing, we are more erratic on our on our thoughts, thinking, using our emotions. Yeah, he's argued with many people about how it's like you can't be um you can't be emotional. You are still using your brain to come up to use thoughts to drive your actions, he says. Anyway, I'm probably bastardizing a little bit what he said, so I'll refrain. I can't come
And
up.
I
I've
think it's
never.
different for everybody. Like I live with depression on a daily. My son has severe autism. That's very sad.
Mhm.
And it comes and goes. When I get overwhelmed and it's really high, then it goes back
Right.
down. It's really high. But every day, like tears will just flow.
I could see that, and honestly, I don't see a problem with letting with that happening. Although you may get tired of it, but I can't imagine holding it in as the alternative. Um, because yeah, it's I would say almost unimaginable, but you probably it, it's hard to tell where, but you probably have like a group of people in the world. If you were somehow able to connect with them, you might be in some groups where that's what they are. But I know some autism groups don't have just like the severe end. But what I'm saying is, for you specifically, Lisa, I'm sure there's more people out there dealing with a similar situation, but it's just hard because there's very few, probably few and far between. But the internet does kind of bring us together in that. I wonder if there's a group or something. Are you in any
There
any
is,
groups like
yeah.
that? Okay. Um, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Her
My
son
dear
has
Leslie,
severe
yeah.
autism.
I want a hat, Sean says. Hell yeah, Sean.
Feelings are part of life, though. You're supposed to feel every emotion.
Yeah. Emotions have a purpose for sure.
You just gotta let it go.
Without emotion, we wouldn't have any sort of, there would be no joy in life.
Yep.
Going to the gym helped. Yeah, Jess, I remember you do go to the gym, so that wasn't doing it for you. Would be
I
in this
build
industry.
myself up in the morning. And then by the end of the day, if I'm down here, it's okay. We'll start back again.
Yeah, I hear that.
New day, start over. Build it back up. And then by all the bullshit by the end of the day, we'll let it out and do it all over again.
Jess, that just sounds to me, and I'm just trying to be positive here, but it sounds to me that you maybe just haven't found your thing yet. Something that really just gets you a hobby, or maybe have you tried meditating? I know you go to the gym a lot. Or what about this? Instead of the gym, Jess, what if you were somehow like got into either yoga or like martial arts? Martial arts, Jess, the kickboxer. Jess, kickboxer. I could totally see it. That's okay, John. I appreciate your hot dogs. I appreciate all of them. Michelle says hi, Kim.
Michelle.
Kim's tired. She's got a lot going on. Kim's been building her own house. Have you guys seen her out there with the tool belt and the nail gun, just going to town up on the ladder?
You're dumb.
Yeah, Jess, maybe you could try growing. You might really enjoy putting some of your tender love and care into a plant, right? You might already have some plants. I'm sure I should know this already. There it is. There's some hot dogs. Thanks, John. I got to get my shirt and laptop. I come up on in a bit. Oh, okay, Leslie, I appreciate you coming up, my friend. I hate to beg, but you know the show is eventually Kim's going to be so tired she can't come on anymore. I'm just going to be talking to you guys. I drink alone and with nobody else. Pills have had side effects. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would definitely try to stay away from a lot of pills for the bad side effects, and some of the side effects can include suicide for sure. So, what am I going to take pills that are supposed to help me with my depression? Just make me suicidal? No, thanks.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree to that. I would agree. Have you tried RSO, Jess? Have you tried that? It's made me puke. Yeah, antidepressants are not my thing. Now, Xanax is anxiety. I was going to say Xanax is for anxiety, but I never took an antidepressant. I told them no from that all right off the bat. Take away the ability to have an orgasm. Yeah, it's like saltpeter or something. They definitely fuck with people's sex drives, and I tell you what, you can point to the homeless children and all day long, but we do still have a problem with our population. If you look at the numbers, and I think us just like castrating ourselves chemically, it's just one of the other reasons so it's not good. My personal opinion. Yeah, they do almost off my gabapentin. Okay, the gabapentin, I've heard of that one.
You know what? When I drive past the homeless, that helps me too. I'd be like, well, I'm not there yet.
Touche. I do see them in Peoria. There's a big like a tent city growing right off the highway, and it's funny because they're hiding under trees from their point of view, but from the interstate, they're completely just wide open next to the fence. They're like
there's a whole parking lot here full of tents. They're even got like furniture out there. They got chairs. They're growing plants. They're like doing their whole own thing over there. Their own little city.
Okay, Tasha.
It's not funny, but
yeah, no, it's not. But it is kind of it's a growing issue. It's actually a sign of civilization collapse. But hey, we'll see.
Those are like the people at their lowest too.
Yes, but not all of them. It's hard to tell. I know a lot of them. We have categories.
Even if drugs bring them there, they're at their lowest.
Well, in depression is probably a commonality among them. But
and then once they get there, it's like can't get out of it. You can't escape it.
That's definitely true.
Nobody's giving you a chance like that every day.
So Tasha says, I feel men don't get equality in the understanding of depression or mental illness. There are more of a stigma for them. Just my opinion. Yeah, I totally agree. But there is a right and a wrong way, I believe, in my opinion, for men to talk about it. Like, I'm not gonna if I ever had a situation that brought me to tears on the show, I wouldn't be afraid of that. But I also wouldn't become a blubbering idiot as I explained to you that, you know, my feelings were hurt one time. Like there is a difference. And that's, I think, to Tasha's point, men are afraid to even skirt that line. We can't even come anywhere close to that. No. Tears, what? Never
and they
had
don't
that happen.
Talk about it either because they're supposed to be strong and
exactly. But that's I think that's an extreme of it. There's a nuance, you know. Throw that emotion out there, but just don't like. There's no need to like let go so heavily that you are now just run by emotion. And we've all had that happen. A lot of men have had that happen, you know, too. And it's like, what I'm saying is when we share about it, we can share about it in a sort of more masculine fashion.
Well,
I
you
guess.
gotta be able to snap yourself out of it, because if you live there, then that's when you might start thinking suicidal thoughts, like you can't do it no more. And that's how you end up homeless, because they're that low.
Just not being able to swallow your pride. Yeah. Yep. Giving up is a big one. Internalizing your feelings is a problem, because that makes you self-sabotage, and that creates problems for the future that you may not really be thinking about at the time, in the present. Link, okay, sorry, here, let me post it in the chat one more time here.
Well, we'd help snap you out of it for a little bit too, in my opinion.
Yes, but let's be honest, that is a crutch, and it is a crutch for me. I think I don't need it as much anymore as a crutch for like just getting through my day to day. It's more for me like an appetite enhancer, and it's a social thing when I'm on the show with you guys. Even if I'm by myself on live with you all in the comments, it feels like a social thing, for me. It's like, let's have a nightcap. It's a nighttime show, right? I read being off your meds helps me lose weight. Well, you don't want to lose too much, Jess, down to 100 pounds over there. Goodness gracious.
I don't know. For me, a couple hits in the morning, a couple hits at noon, a couple hits in the evening, and a couple hits before bed, and then that's just like my right amount.
Yeah, it's like 2 tokes in the morning, 2 tokes in the evening, 2 tokes at supper time, and 2 tokes are rolled up in the joint. Okay, I just off the top of my head.
You toke,
it's not worth.
toke.
Yeah, you just token anytime. Okay, link to come up. I got you, Leslie. No, I need. Wow. Okay, got a lot going on there, Jess. I got you. Living in areas we live is hard too. Yeah, sometimes leaving where you live. And we used to do this. We used to be able to leave and just move across the country because of some opportunities or something, or just to get away from it all or whatever. People still kind of do this to an extent, but I think not as much when you're lower, when you're like broke, or you're trying to get back on your feet or whatever. It's hard to just pick up and take a stick with like a handkerchief, and tie it into a sack with your couple belongings and just head down the road. Like, not too many people do that anymore. I think hitchhiking is illegal most places now, isn't it?
I don't know. I sure as hell wouldn't want to be hitchhiking. You never know.
No, no hitching.
Those are out there now.
Yeah, I know somebody who got hit by a semi hitchhiking.
They got hit? What'd you say?
Yeah, it killed them.
Whoa. Who hit who?
They were on the interstate hitchhiking somewhere, and they ended up getting hit by a semi, and they killed them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All pills are bad, sadly. Yeah, well, I mean, look, Jess, let me push back a little bit on this. You can press things into pill form, like, that aren't from the pharmaceutical industry. Like, you can buy a pill press, whether that's to make something bad or to make something good. Hey, Brandon, we got Daz Exotic was in the house. What's up, man? I don't know if you're still live, but I sent you the link. Oh, God, civilization collapse. He stopped in for I see how I feel all the time. I say how I feel all the time. Yeah, that's a good call. I wonder if you're still in the house. Hey, we got Country Boy in the house. Smashley says depression is something that can be trained out of you. Hey, we got Country Boy. All about that brain power. We all struggle, of course. That can be trained out of you. Need to mute your Facebook there, sir. We all struggle, of course, but retain your mindset. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of the point of the show too tonight, is to talk about what are things that can. You got us echoing in the background still, Leslie. You got Facebook playing somewhere.
Some things you just got to realize that's the reality, and you got to come to terms and look for the positive in it. And it's going to be sad regardless.
Well, just to remember that it's part of life.
There are some people that will never be able to get out of depression because that's how their brain are.
I will never get out of depression. Every single step of my journey, I think, will be depressing. When I reach the point I can't take care of Dylan no more, that point's going to get depressing too. There's just going to be parts along your journey that are sad. Somebody's going to die, and it's going to be traumatic to you, and you're going to be sad. It's just part of life.
Yeah.
So Brandon says even being happy is looked down on, and I think that's right too. I think do we think is it a extreme of any emotion, or not extreme, but say like visible emotion of any kind that like the crowd of people, when we look at that one person who's too much of anything, excited, happy,
I posted
angry,
a reel long ago, and it's like our life is like a camera looking at us, and we think if you're happy, it means something, something, something. If you're sad, you're lonely. If you're blah, 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 you're blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I posted the reel not too long ago. But there's something for every way you feel.
Yeah, and I think there's a visibility of it, or a sort of a visual aspect of it, and I think somehow people either reflect themselves upon us. We reflect into each other all the time, and if I see you, and that's kind of like you were saying with happiness, if you're too happy, then it's like, well, why the fuck she too happy? I'm not happy. I'm not feeling like that. And then you kind of go through that, I guess, envious, or yeah, I guess envy is a good one. Got to get to sleep. All right, Jess, you have a good night. Thank you for the chat. Appreciate it.
Take care, Jess.
Good, Jess.
Country boy, what's up, my guy?
Oh, I'm just surviving another evening all by myself.
Oh, well,
at work, somebody's got to make the money.
Yep.
I mean, I'm good at spending it. She's good at making it. We make a good team. But other than that, it's just me and the pets chilling out.
I love it. Well, I know you've got Ace Ventura When Nature Calls level pets in your house, but they're probably giving you a little bit of what is it, dopamine. They give you that happiness, right? Pets do that. Pets are one thing. But to Cindy's point here, she says for some, the pity and the attention is their drug. Now that's true, and that can be true for even people who don't set out for that to be the case, like myself. I constantly remind you guys, and some of you that have been watching me for years now definitely have heard me say it many times, where I didn't come on here to say, hey, look at me and let's get some likes. It was more about me bringing attention to the things I think are important. Like tonight is us trying to bring perspective to each other about topics. That's one thing. That's why I do different shows. That's one thing I thought was important to get out there, right? But we got King Neb in the back. What's up, brother?
What's going on, family? How y'all doing? Hi, queens. Hi, kings. How y'all doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
What's today's topic? Not the bathroom, right?
No. All right. He went there. Is this real number 3 time? Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm joking.
Take it quick.
Sorry, Kim. Kim's like, I am not amused. Tonight's topic, though, is depression, but it's not. We're not just talking about the negatives. We're talking about things that are possible uplifters, things that help us get our minds off of things, not only good but bad things. Like let's see, who was that? Was that Rose that brought this up? Or no, Cindy. I'm sorry, Cindy brought up the pity and attention are some people's drug, and that can help you get out of depression, but not necessarily in a healthy way. Just like eating badly or doing something else that's like bad for us, right? I'm just gonna
obese, get it fat, do a lot more eating.
Lean on it, or cannabis, even like me, having asthmatic or problems with my lungs. of smoking cannabis because edibles don't seem to do much for me, which is, I think, just an excuse, honestly.
Mhm.
That's still me leaning on it as a crutch, you know. And a lot of people out there get upset with me when I say it's not only a medicine, but it's also a drug. Like, people just get mad about, what do you say about this with your cannabis book coming out soon?
It's a
Getting
plant.
everywhere.
It's a plant. It's herb.
Yeah, but it can still be a drug, can't it?
I don't think it's a drug. Drugs are like opiates, you know.
We looked at drugs one night on this show, and the definition of drugs is anything that is ingested that is mind altering or mood altering, and that's food. Food can be doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
food is a drug.
Sex.
I mean, alcohol is a drug if that's the case.
For sure, alcohol is a drug. Alcohol is a poison. Alcohol is a poison, not only a drug.
Alcohol is classified as a drug.
Okay, so I don't, and I don't want to offend people by saying that. Like, hey, yeah, it is a drug, but like, no, it's not. But it is. It's also a plant and an herb. But
So you say I'm
Be a
growing
medicine
drugs
without
in the
being a
house?
drug.
I'm growing drugs in the house right now.
yeah, you're right. What, country boy?
I said, can it be a medicine without it being classified as a drug?
Well, then medicine is
No, because
a drug.
medicine.
not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, medicine.
Smash says, I don't get hardly anything done when I go through depression episodes and seasons. Yes, I'm the same way. It's like, I'm just like, fuck that. This chore, that chore. I do the bare minimum. Time to snap out of it. Yeah, that's the case. But you know what does help you snap out of it, at least for me, is getting some of that stuff done. Getting things, accomplishing things.
To me, I believe that depression is when you're too much in your head.
True.
And you're not being active enough. Like right now, I'm in these four walls right here. If I sat here and thought about my parents passing, or my girl leaving, or whatever, then I'll get into that. But if I get up and go work out or go do something, that will just instantly change it. You know, like
I'd say for most people, stuff like that works, but you have people that have
A little bit, yeah.
stuff in their brain that just doesn't work. Their neurotransmitters are fucked up or whatever, you know. And I have
just the average human lives in their mind so many hours.
Yeah, too much in the mind.
And that can be a dangerous place.
Very, very, very.
But I have a good friend that her mom just a couple of years ago got diagnosed with Parkinson's. And one of the things that Parkinson's does is it destroys your dopamine receptors, your ability to make dopamine, which is your happiness drug. And so, you know, you have a lot of people that live out there with not just Parkinson's, there's other conditions that cause the same thing. So
wait, Parkinson's does that? That's interesting because that's not a thing that you think about when you think of Parkinson's. Everybody's seen.
Well, when you think of Parkinson's, you think of the visual stuff that goes with it.
Exactly.
But it's a horrible, horrible disease to die from. It affects your nerves, your nervous system. And people that die from it, when they hit the end stages of Parkinson's, they start having hallucinations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a horrible death.
Yeah, when they hit the ability not to be able to speak, not to be able to express their emotions no more, not to be able to feed themselves, not to be able to care for themselves. Those are all the stages. And we're all going to grow through it some way or another.
Yeah.
So
I recently went through depression and I had to get up and move. You know, I had to do something. I had to. You know.
Yeah, what was that trip? You went on a trip or something, didn't you? Or you say you're packing? You're going somewhere, aren't you?
I'm supposed to be moving, but I'm not.
Oh, actually, I see.
Yeah,
okay, well,
I'm going through depression with my lady, you know. But at the same time, I have to be a better version of myself. I can't, you know, give my all to somebody if I don't have my all to myself. So I had to really snap out of that. You know, I mean, I had to really.
Don't let somebody right if you don't love yourself.
That's right.
You got to be first because you got to live with yourself the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Very true.
So that's when I brought up frisbee golf, like hobbies that you can do with yourself that you feel like is is a good time. Like you went up. I do this too. I've done it at least. I can't remember the last time I did go out and eat by myself, but you did that live the other night. I was like, oh, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, you go out.
You
Take
just
yourself out.
take
Do
the
something.
audience with you to a nice meal.
Been doing that for years, man.
Okay.
And I'm not scared to share my personal because I hopefully it helps other people who's going through the same thing. So people are like, why are you putting your business? It's really not my business. It's like I want you to get more acquainted with who I am. I have my ups and my downs. So therefore, if you see me go down, you see me rise above. You know what I mean? So that's the purpose of that.
It's a fine line between having like getting your audience to know you more and oversharing.
Yeah, oversharing. Yeah, exactly.
Difficult. It's definitely difficult.
That's why I love Finding Cooper, because his mom's living my journey. It's like when she talks, she's talking about my life.
Yeah.
Because she's raising a kid that's kind of pretty much a lot like Dill, severe autistic. And she's going through some of the same stuff at different stages.
So I want to look it up, but I know there's got to be like a handful of different types of depression, because I can think of a few categories off the top of my head. Like, well, like no, what I mean is like there's the long-term depression that doesn't seem to have an answer, like Jess was talking about. Like she's tried everything. It's not really about a certain thing. It's just like there. But then there's also the people that have a thing happen to them, post PTSD, a traumatic incident. There's also the seasonal depression. There's that depression from like I don't know, if you get really depressed after a breakup, is that PTSD?
I was discussing this with my lady. She said, I have PTSD. I said, yeah, me too.
It might be because
it could be a post-traumatic
situation.
It would be he hit you in the head with a skillet too often.
or like the alligators with the shovel, Leslie.
Right.
I posted a video of this guy running around a lake with like 30 alligators, and he was laughing his butt off, but he was going around any alligator that did not just jump in the water, that like tried to push back a little bit, he bonked him on the head with the shovel. Kim did not like that. And Kim, I gotta agree, like I wouldn't typically like to bonk an animal in the head with a shovel, but I mean those things are like armored, so that's I bet you there's not.
I don't know what the purpose of why was he chasing him in the water?
I don't know. I have to assume it had something to do with needing them in the water for some reason, like
mowing, eating, something like that, maybe. And they'll try to run over
the context of it just kind of bothered me. Like,
it was really weird.
There has to be a better way than smacking something in the head. Like, they might
they
be on, like I don't know. I don't like.
They got a brain the size of a quarter. I mean, hitting them in the head with that shovel ain't doing nothing, bending the shovel.
Right.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, they tough.
Well, they don't like it for some reason. I'll be on Kim's side on this one. There's some reason they don't like it when they run from it, right?
Yeah.
They're like, ooh, that's smart. It might be maybe just scares them. It might be the sound. Maybe it's loud. So we're just gonna look at what Daddy Google says about depression. Because we talked enough about like our sort of layman's terms of what we think, but let's see what the scientists say. Believe this, follow the science. Depression is a mental disorder that can affect a person's feelings, thoughts, and mental disorder. Oh my gosh. Thoughts, the behaviors, a sense of well-being. Symptoms include feeling sad, irritable bowel syndrome. I'm just kidding. Feeling sad, irritable, or empty. Losing interest in activities that used to be fun. Having trouble sleeping, waking up too early, or sleeping too much. Oh, that's a big one for me. Like if I'm like depressed, I'm like, okay, snooze button on today. I'm gone. Changes in appetite or weight, feeling tired or low in energy. Like I'm feeling a lot of these things, but I think food I think food is the answer for a lot of this stuff. Feeling guilty, worthless, or helpless.
Food will do to your brain the same thing that an orgasm will.
Or cause depression, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait. So explain.
I don't know. There's some studies out there. It's been a while since I looked at them, but that people whatever the reaction when you have an orgasm, like your body releases some kind of hormone or chemical or some shit.
Dopamine.
Oh yeah, it does.
Dopamine.
Oh yeah, it does. It releases.
Okay, so when you have an orgasm, it does that. When you eat something that you really like, it does the same thing that an orgasm does.
It's just like taking a urine too. And sometimes
I thought orgasms were equal to sleeping pills.
Maybe for men.
That good?
Equal to what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Pills.
I said I think that they're equal to sleeping pills.
Oh,
Orgasms.
sleeping pills. I'm sorry. I would say that they have a few things called similar to like better than sex cake, and like there's a few items they call that because it's so it tastes so good it's better than sex, baby. Like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Looked at it. They did PET scans or whatever those scans are, where they look at what's going on in your brain with imaging.
Yeah, no, I totally.
And when you eat something you really like, it gives you a brain orgasm. It gives you the same release that an orgasm does. They
I thought I was dating an anesthesiologist for a long time.
I know there's a joke in there somewhere. Hey,
a Starbucks coffee in the morning is almost that good.
Guys, if anybody's out there wants to come up and share, come on up. Also, friendly reminder: feelings are temporary. Yeah. Good feelings follow. Well, see, feelings do not dictate our actions. We are just not thinking through our actions because we are like amped up on different chemicals and feelings.
Our minds are occupied.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I just feel there's different strokes for folks. You know, some people can just rise from it. Some people just stay in it. You know, why do I look this way? Why do I feel this way? Or I lost somebody. Again, I lost a lot of people in my life, and I never really felt depression until recently. You know, like this is what depression is. You know, and anxiety has to be part. You know,
like that's what this is, right?
Yeah, this is what it is. Okay, let me. Okay, I can't be like this forever. You know, I'll do 2 days. 2 days. All right. But I can't just do it like that. You know, I got to do something because before my parents even left, they was like, look, I don't want you moping around, crying. You know, we ain't going to be here forever. So, you know, nothing lasts forever. It's like a book. You have a beginning and an end. And we're about to tell our end of the story. So be somebody, be active, be responsible, and, you know, be somebody, you know. So I follow
exactly.
That.
Thinking about like what that story is going to look like later. You don't want to take too many chapters of it to be in the dumps, you know, down in the dumps.
Cindy's stupid.
Yeah, Cindy says, so if I masturbate and have a little Debbie cake, win-win. Yes, ma'am. Now, I could go a lot of directions with that, but we're just going to say hello to Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
It's all balanced, yeah. I'm just saying, don't masturbate with the little Debbie cake.
Oh.
Try to
depends on what cake you got.
Yeah, well, okay. Hey, yeah, I mean, like a Twinkie probably holds up. Like it's like they hold up under like nuclear war or whatever. They're supposed to be able to last for what like 30 years or something like that.
Wow.
Well, evidently she's never had a pound cake.
Right.
Women don't pound.
I got you, country. I got you. Pound cake, you funny mother.
She said, I didn't say with a little Debbie cake. Well, look, I mean, I don't know how far away it is in this process. If it's already being eaten.
Is it the
while it's
zebra
happening.
cake?
A zebra cake. No, the flake that would just go all over. Pound cake is going too far. All right,
Pound
Cindy
cake.
says pound cake is going too far. A therapist once told me if after someone passes away, after the funeral, after 2 weeks, you're still depressed, to seek treatment.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem with that. And this kind of gets on my nerves because I'm watching this happen in the medical industry right now with my mother, as she happens to have like emergency trips to the hospital, but then they nickel and dime you and the insurance company through this process where they send you to all of these sort of quote general checkups and constant revisits to places that you don't necessarily need to revisit, because every time you go there, cha-ching, another $40, cha-ching, another $40, and every visit to every one of these quote specialists, and so like there's like this professional courtesy where they all sort of pass you around like golden goose. And to Diane's point, like the therapist possibly could be just like, yeah, definitely seek treatment, right away. I don't know. I'm not saying they're right or wrong, but it's hard to believe people when they're trying to send you directly to someone else that's going to cost more money. It's straight to like just kind of like pills. They want to also pill you to death because medication is the quickest way for them to help out in their industry and maybe even make a kickback or whatever it is.
Right.
Nobody can tell you how to grieve and how long to grieve what you're going through.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think
it might not even sink in that they passed for 2 weeks, and then it might hit you.
Yeah, see, like when my parents passed, I didn't cry nothing. I was just stunned. And then, like a week or two later, when I heard their favorite songs, I was like, "Oh boy, here we go." Oh boy, yeah.
I wonder if the answer to I wonder if that happens too, where you maybe never hit the depression, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later. Like, what, shouldn't I be depressed? And like, should I go see somebody because I'm not depressed? I wonder if
it never gets better. You just live with it.
Right.
It's better at coping with it.
And because you're sad, that doesn't mean you're depressed.
Right.
Does it?
True.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, I don't know. This list of stuff here. What's up,
It's
Smash?
what is the emotions you have to be able to feel.
Right.
It says feeling sad.
There's criteria that they use, that mental health professionals use to diagnose depression.
Okay.
So
there's
just
like a questionnaire you will
It's
answer. Gotta hit more than so many questions to be considered depressed. Not
it says
just
irritable.
Depression. Yeah, irritability.
How many times we get irritated throughout the day?
Right. I'm like, that seems. But that's why I was bringing this up in the first place, because there are different types of depression, and I think this kind of hits on it by saying depression can be caused by a number of factors, including genetics is the one where it's like, well, hey, there's not a lot of answers for you there. It's just like it's in you. And then there's another one, stressful life events or PTSD, such as divorce, trauma, or the death of a loved one. Just talked about all those. Chronic pain or other chronic conditions. Some medications, of course, with most medications, they should say almost every medication that we want to give you. And then substance use, including alcohol. Alcohol definitely is a depressant. Cannabis can be a depressant, but also can cause anxiety. It can also alleviate anxiety and alleviate depression. It's such a versatile plant. I don't think there's anything that can truly, honestly be compared to cannabis in the world. You know what I mean? Even like compared to opiates. Opiates are pretty versatile, even though most of us probably would say that they're not a great thing. But there are some medications like morphine.
They're the legit heroin you can get from your doctor.
Right, but like there are like actual reasons for the pain killing effects of heroin, like in in actual
Same thing to your brain.
medical situations. Yeah, but I don't think it's as nearly as helpful versus the harmful effects as when you think of cannabis versus heroin. I don't think there's anything else out there in the world that's so versatile. Not only does it have the medical, benefits and effects, but it also has all the textiles and all the things that can be done with it. It's
What,
just
heroin?
no cannabis.
Oh.
I was just comparing it to heroin as far as the versatility and medicinal.
Mhm.
Well, that's
effects.
what usually opiates lead most people to, because they start with like Vicodin or something. They can't get high from it no more. Then they go to a stronger Percocet or whatever, and then
Look at this. Look at this. The very first thing that it says.
Make an appointment.
If you're feeling depressed, you should make an appointment with a doctor or mental health professional as soon as possible.
Pay money.
Bring your wallet.
Get in here, customer.
Bring your wallet. You can also talk to a friend. Oh, okay. They're giving you some other options. You can talk to a friend or loved one, a faith leader, or someone else you trust. Okay. All right. You redeemed yourself a little bit, AI.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best thing to do, in my opinion. Have a
Some ways to
conversation
cope with the depression include staying in touch with others, being more active, facing your fears, limiting alcohol consumption, eating a healthy diet, and having a routine.
Yeah.
We've kind of hit all those. Thanks. Thank you, AI.
We actually have this magnet, and Joe hangs it on the back of the door. So every time you walk out, it says, suicide crisis line 988. There is hope. Talk with us. So if you get that lost, go try and find yourself.
Yes, there are a lot. I think anyone will have, at least in the U.S., will have a local depression hotline. Although I don't know how. Honestly, some of those depression hotlines, like, it's depressing trying to get a hold of someone on it.
Well, reach out to
Gerald, what's
somebody
up?
if you're that lost.
Brenda, what's up? Remember, guys, hit that like button and go over to X and Rumble. Hit the like button in the comments if you can, in the live comments, and get an extra shot for the wheel. And you guys on the screen are obviously welcome to jump in it too, because you either get a game night ticket to give yourself an extra spot in game night, or a spot on the hat wheel. Supposed to be getting the hats shipped to me tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to get here tomorrow.
I want to give away these. I want to give away some cards.
We give something away here. Hold on, let me pull you up.
These cards.
Okay.
I want to give them away. They're
sitting
here.
I'll pull you back up. Okay.
Okay, yeah. These cards, I want to give them away. I was doing the game show.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm sure people would appreciate that. Joe Kelly in the house. What's up, Joe? Cannabis saved me after losing my mother. That's what I'm saying. Like, if cannabis is a lesser negative than what's already happening in your life, then I'm all for it. Give it a shot.
I do music when I'm feeling certain ways. That's a release. Music and smoking, yeah. Cannabis, yeah.
You ever get to the point though where smoking just doesn't seem to do anything for you, and you're like, it's because you're in a mood?
No,
you realize that it's because
cannabis stops me from putting foot to ass a lot. So yeah,
definitely stops me from wanting to be snappy and grumpy. It takes the edge off. But we also know, I'll be DeVille's advocate, we also know that there is a I don't know if come down or a detox period of time with cannabis, where it's like a 2-week period of time at least, maybe more for those of us who smoke a lot, but that where you have a mood swings or more depressed or more moody, kind of like with cigarettes, when the people that quit cigarettes.
Yeah.
So we know this, so it's hard for me to say, well, I'm moody because I don't have my cannabis. Well, am I though? I think for me, I know this for a fact. If I don't smoke and I stop for a week or 2 weeks, I'll be sitting around not doing anything, like thinking about everything I have to do all at once, and not even going and not moving in any direction. Like I won't even enjoy watching TV. Like it wouldn't be like I'd be sitting around like bumming out or whatever. I wouldn't be just vegging out because that doesn't even sound fun to me. I just like sit there and just like I've been there before and I'm just like I don't like this.
Yeah.
I'm going
Just doing
back.
nothing.
Going back. Let's hear from Michelle. I see Michelle's been here up here for a little while. I know you probably have had some depression here and there, right? What is it that you do that tries
Yes,
that
I
gets you?
do a lot.
Is there any way that you feel where, and I think a lot of us do, but where it's like, well, it's only me. It must be I'm the only one with these problems, right? Because we all feel it, but it's not necessarily true because a lot of people go through a lot of problems, right? Go ahead.
Well, it helps me when I come and watch all your things. I look forward to it because to me it's like an uplifting. And I watch everybody else, and when I don't have that, it depresses me a lot more.
Yeah.
Just
Walls
the
closing
same
in.
time.
Yeah, you can tell the difference. I hear you. I see Leslie over there. Yeah, no, I think that if your routine, like they said in the list, routine is one thing that can help you avoid depression. And if your routine is messed up in some kind of a meaningful way, that can really throw you off in your mood, right?
Yeah. It sets you back too.
Smasher, what do you think? Anything that kind of helps you besides like plants? I'm guessing getting in the garden probably
of
helps
course,
you
the
out a lot.
gardening.
You're like, nah,
But,
you took mine. You took what I was gonna
yeah,
say.
books, of course. Lately, I've been reading a
And
really
I'm
good book.
still on, so I'm still going through.
I'm sorry, Michelle. I cannot quite hear what you're saying. Is your phone sitting on the desk, or is anyone else able to hear what she said? It's kind of like
He's cutting in and out. Yeah.
you might just be like too close to your microphone. Even that could be the
Or too
issue.
far away. One of the two.
So it's
Is
okay.
it
Take your
better
time.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So Smashley, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, you're good. No, I just a lot of self-help books and motivational books
Motivation.
and all that.
Keyword.
Those really help. You're not reading them going, this is just
And
somebody
no,
just
so
telling me
like
to
my
do.
statuses these days are actually lines from these books.
Okay.
And they're super inspirational. It kind of just helps retrain that mind into thinking more positively because obviously there's enough negative to fill everyone's life 10 times over.
Yeah, you still
So
have
I
to
think
live.
retraining the mind to think on more positive things despite what's going on around you is definitely key.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everybody has a poor me attitude, but you can't get stuck there.
Can't get stuck.
Right.
Like,
Victim
absolutely.
mentality.
Yeah.
I'll give it 2 days for me. 2 days.
Yeah.
Can't get stuck. Bills have to be paid.
Right, yeah.
Right. Bills have to be paid. So I give me.
Goals to be accomplished.
Right. Exactly.
That's the thing, though, is that thinking about life outside of ourselves can be really helpful perspective. That's what the show's about. Giving yourself perspective on something might be like, oh, well, I first thing is like, oh, I may not be the only person that deals with whatever the topic is. But the other thing is, oh, I never thought about how they deal with that. Okay, they deal with it a little differently than I do. Let me maybe try something else. Let me pick and choose what I'm hearing tonight, and maybe there's something that might help me out. Not just tonight, but any of the times we get into something similar to this. And I think it's always good to gain perspective because, for one thing, when you look at yourself as just someone who's going through life, and then you compare yourself to, say, like a seed that has to struggle to live. Like all of us have to have struggle in order to thrive. We can't just have everything handed to us. It makes us implode or whatever. I think we spontaneously combust. I'm not sure what happens, but it's not great. But I can tell you this, like people that don't have a struggle, they are like not relatable. Like you can't talk, you can't really like,
right.
There's no way to converse. It's crazy. But
I think of the homeless people. And I always think that somebody's problems is probably worse than mine. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
But you know what? I always push back on homeless people. Lisa was bringing them up. We were talking about it a little bit. The little bit that I push back on is that we don't know what the percentages are, but I know some percent of homeless people are perfectly capable, normal people that just say,
I want to be that way.
fuck society.
Yep.
I'm just going to live off of the, not
Yep.
necessarily off grid, but like find my way to work through my own
No,
ways.
they have a mental disorder. Or they wouldn't be
A
living
lot of
on
them.
the streets, not caring for themselves, not showering, freezing to
Touche.
death, going to jail in the wintertime or to the hospital to get off the streets and get a hot bed.
Mm-hmm.
There's
So
something
even the
wrong.
ones that
Whether
act for,
how they got to that point, there's something wrong.
Now, I know a few of them that just don't want to, abide by the government. Period. They don't want to pay the rent. They just this is where it's at.
I think maybe I get it. I think you're right, Lisa May. But what we're saying is the ones that seem more normal or capable. But to your point, there's still something wrong if they don't want to be hygienic or cooperate within.
Yeah,
now there is
if you can't afford it or you're disabled or something, there's help out there for you to get into some kind of housing to get off the streets, even if it's housing.
What about those that go out into the woods and live alone? Like actual off grid, like go out and just
but those people are out there actually trying to live and make a living from it.
I think that's I feel like that's a little different.
Shelter that the homeless people build.
Jeremiah Johnson.
All of us can end up there tomorrow. You can be living on the streets tomorrow in one of those tents. Any of us can.
That's a fact.
It would be tough though, like to decide. Would you, if you were homeless, would you maybe take the tent, take your little rucksack, march your ass off into the woods and start catching rabbits and deers and whatever you could catch to eat and just like live off the land? Or would you dumpster dive and try to, live off of getting handouts? That is an interesting choice because I don't think a lot to Elisa May's point, not a lot of homeless people would have the mental fortitude to be able to go out into the woods and be able to do those things, or the knowledge, even if they were given a book, that they wouldn't have the, because of the depression or the different mental
you
disorders.
assume that everybody lives in the woods.
Like me.
No, I'm saying that which one would be preferable?
Huh?
Living in poverty can be very depressing. If you can't afford to house yourself or take care of yourself, if you don't have the financial means to just be able to do the basics in life, that's depressing.
For sure. Michelle, what were you saying? Because you moved out into the like a lake cabin, didn't you?
Yes. Like me, I had no choice.
You had no choice. Instead of, so what made you choose to go there instead of like say a shelter or something that had more people at it? You know what I mean? I think there is a difference in that choice as far as like going out away from people, out into the woods. Like, and to Kim's point, she's like she doesn't. I'm not assuming everyone's in the woods. I don't know if that's what you had said, something like that. What I'm saying is
just that you don't just walk out into the desert here and find a way to something to eat.
Oh, definitely not. But I'm sure there's some people that can.
Well, yeah, but it's not near as plentiful. It's like we don't.
Yeah, here you could.
Well, yeah, like somewhere like where as a forest,
stuff like that. We don't have.
Yeah,
that.
I wouldn't walk into the desert.
You'd have to know how to hunt jackrabbits or lizards.
What about what if we were able to put you on your own desert island, or not desert island, but like a tropical island, like a 1 mile square island? What if we were to tell every homeless person, here is your own island, you can forage and live all you like?
It's almost like being naked and afraid then out there for the homeless.
For sure. What Michelle? Steve-O, what's up?
Very hard to ask for help.
Steve-O.
Some people it's not. Some people ask for help even if they don't need it. I feel like it can be its own drug. We were talking about it earlier, and it can be like can suck you in to where you're just,
Like how some of the
you
people
know.
standing on the side of the road definitely don't need to be standing there.
I always thought that. I'm like, if I needed that kind of help, I definitely would not choose to go stand on the edge of the road, even though I know they make money doing it. I would choose to go to do something like Michelle's doing, or go to a shelter, or I would try to find family. Obviously,
I've seen a whole
family is usually
family
not the
there.
thing.
And
I
the
would do
mother and
something.
kids.
If you didn't have nobody and couldn't take a shower for days and days and days, you wouldn't want to go work at a job, probably.
No, I'm
Snakes
saying like,
everywhere.
well, no, I definitely wouldn't. I'm just saying where I would try to seek help is not at the stoplight. I would choose help, try to go to the shelter or whatever. Even though shelters, maybe there's a long list, maybe I can't get in. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I know they do have lists or waiting lists. Go ahead, Kim.
Most people that are homeless, that are chronically homeless, not situationally homeless,
Yeah,
have mental illnesses.
yeah, that's what we were saying, and I think that's true.
Most of the times, the reasons why they don't like stay
Rochelle, hello.
is because they don't want to abide by the rules of the shelter. Like, you have to be in by a certain time, you have to be out by a certain time. You can't just hang out there all day, kind of a thing. Like,
Right.
so there's rules to that. And a lot of the times, people that are homeless, chronically homeless especially, like, they are on the outer fringes of civilization. They don't operate by the same rules that the rest of us do. And so they'd rather camp out or live the kind of lifestyle that they live.
You know what's funny about that though?
But a big majority of them do. There's a lot
But they still create. They still create. What is it? A routine. They still have routine. They still have like rules within their society. Like they still, it's crazy. Like they still barter and trade. They still have things. It's just weird that they just kind of sidestep from. It's almost like Amish. Homeless people are like mentally ill Amish people.
I know that, Eva. I know that. I'm looking.
Oh man, there was some guy on Joe Rogan's
Neb, you're not
show.
muted, my friend.
There was a guy on Joe Rogan's show who started his own homeless community.
I'm not always here.
And he just has them doing stuff every day.
What? Where? I'm sorry.
On one of Joe Rogan's show, there was an old man on there that started his own homeless community.
And then like just kind of banded together and like created like society out of it.
Yeah.
Crazy. There's also places like out in the desert where Kim's at. I think it's I can't remember where it's at, if it's in your state, but there's this like, I want to say it's near where Burning Man is, but there's this place where people live, and it's not a actual town, but they're all people that just live there, and there's all this art they make out of trash and stuff like that. But it's out in the desert. I remember that. People just built stuff out of.
So they're squatting on the land.
Basically, yeah. And it was like a little documentary. I was reading about it. So there is some, maybe not a lot, but there is some drive for some people that just want to be away from society.
Yeah, I mean, wait a minute. If I was hungry, homeless and hungry, I think the worst thing for me to do was be, hey, there's a whole bunch of hungry homeless people over there. I think I'll go over there and get with them. Because now, you're struggling with them instead of trying to get yourself out of it.
Misery loves company, right?
Yeah, you couldn't have been better said.
Misery loves company. That's an age-old saying, and I don't think we'll ever get away from that. And I honestly don't think we'll ever not have homeless people. Or so. There's an old movie. What was it? I think there's a few different examples of this, but Judge Dredd. Remember Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone? Hey, yo, Adrian. He was like a cop and a judge inside of these big walled off cities that they have in the future, right? The cities are all well policed and well funded and everything in it, but even inside that city there were like the low end of society, and then there was like the people that would just get like attacked all the time. And then outside the city, there were people that just chose not to live as part of it. These like they depicted them as like these inbred freaks, the Angel Gang, I think they were called. But the whole point is like we were always going to have a certain percent of people that just do not want to conform to whatever this is that we call society. So I don't like, some people think we can get rid of things like,
Yeah,
you know,
always going to have people that move up and down social
yeah.
statuses. You know, you're always going to have people that have learning disabilities or mental illnesses that drive a lot of those kinds of issues, you know, issues with poverty and stuff like that. And that's
Just
just
the daily life alone is hard enough to make anybody, though, just want to go there and give up.
But do you notice though that
To any of us that
we
you
all
feel that
struggle?
way.
Would you say that depression, as far as the lower financial classes of society, depression doesn't lead to suicide nearly as much? In from statistically, they say that suicide usually happens in the middle or upper class, as far as financial class goes. And I think that's interesting because I think we probably have a lot more depression in the lower class, with people that struggle a lot more struggle every day. But people get this weird depression once they've gotten too much success, where like they feel either like they've made it and they don't have any more, there's nothing else in life for them or whatever. Like there's that feeling. And
I
there's
thought that
also
was like one of the number one reasons people die, though. I thought suicide was up there in the numbers.
So I can look it up, but I'm pretty sure that suicide doesn't happen nearly as often in the lower class as it does in like but you might still be right on it being one of the highest reasons of death.
Alaska being one of the highest states of suicide, I think.
suicide is very high in men.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like
Isn't it one of the leading causes of death, like one of the top 5?
it's one of the leading causes of death in men, in the category that's not like health related, like cancer and chronic illnesses like that. But
So
Men are more of a risk taker too. I mean,
do what?
yeah,
men are more of a risk taker too. I mean,
I don't know. I'm a pretty damn big risk taker.
hold on, Neb. You're muted.
Okay.
So
You still heard me after I muted my mic?
no, you weren't muted for a little bit. I could hear you talking to someone, so I had to.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate that. I gotta get out of here. I gotta work on the book. I gotta try to, get the manuscript going. So much love to everybody, and don't be depressed.
bro.
Be active, be alive, and just live day by day.
Thanks
Much
for
love.
coming through. Appreciate it.
Of
They
course,
are
man. See you next
good
week.
evening.
You as well, country. With your pound cake.
All right, that's awesome. I appreciate that he comes through. He's been working on a book really hard, trying to get it published and put out there. So can't wait to check it out and have him on the show and talk about it when we can. But we are getting close here. Let me get the number or the wheel up there. You
I'm
haven't
on
yet already.
Rumble, I'm on X, and I'm on Facebook.
I saw you. Well, I gotta say though, I appreciate that sometimes the harder the harder topics are the ones that we get into a deeper conversation on, and I think that's fun, man. Like actually, I gotta say, last week I thought it was a really good conversation, just talking about astrology, kind of a light-hearted topic, and we got we went in a lot of different directions on that too. So I'm always happy when I feel like we really touched on a lot of bases of different angles. But anyway, if anybody else has anything to talk about depression wise, I'm gonna put this wheel together. Let's see. I gotta take out the 7 off of the number wheel because
I've out of here too. Depression's real. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to have emotions, and it's okay to be sad. Just don't live there.
Thanks, Elisa May.
Good
Bye.
night.
Make sure you go get a number. Anybody that hasn't got one yet, I'm going to look at the number wheel and tonight. Going to do a spin for that too.
I haven't done that in a bit.
Looks like we got a few to add here. Rose was 17. Brenda is 18, I believe. Make sure. No, Brenda is actually number 11 still. And Terry has a number already too. Terry and Brenda always popping in. Oh no, he doesn't have one yet. I always got to check. Terry's number 18.
I just did mine. A little late.
Okay, that's okay. I've got two more. We're going to do 2 spins tonight, and the spins that we're doing for the wheel, the number wheel. Every spin tonight, you will have the option of just getting an extra chance to win a hat instead, if you would like to do that. If that makes sense. Okay, so Terry is 18. Tabby is 19. Tabby dabby doo.
Is it the same hat you got on?
Not well. There are 2 of this hat, but there's going to be 25 total different varieties, and each one will have a duplicate. So I'll have 2 of each.
Yeah.
Diane is number 20. So there's going to be a lot of options, but yes, you can get there's going to be 2 more of this black hat. And actually, I can get rid of the hat that I am wearing too, because I have another hat coming to me that I will probably be wearing more often on the show. Anyway, there's a couple that I might wear more often. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll get me an autographed hat.
That's the other thing is I'm going to be autographing them. I didn't finish explaining that earlier. I got off on a tangent. So $40 is what the hats will cost if you are not a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, you can purchase them for $30. Smashly, you are number 21. Diane is number 20. Anyway, you can purchase them for $30 if you're a subscriber, and I'm probably gonna make that at least somebody who's been on for 2 months or 2 charges. I can look at the list and see if it's been at least 2 charges in order to get a chance at, or a discount on the hat, I should say. You'll get a chance at the hat in the wheel just for subscribing, but getting the discount on the hat is going to be a different story, just because I don't want people to take too much advantage of it. So $30 shipped including shipping, because that's why I'm charging $30 to pay for the shipping. And that will get you a hat if you're a subscriber, but if you're not, it's $40. So it only makes sense to you could pay for 5 months of subscription for the money that you would save by subscribing if you want to buy a hat. So that is the point there. Sir Stevo, number 22. Go ahead.
I said that makes sense,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
I felt like, hey, look, if you're somebody who's not already a subscriber, but you really want one of my hats, which I find odd, you can pay $10 more, or go ahead and sign up. Go ahead and sign up. You know? Which I didn't shout that out tonight. If you want to help support me, if you want to get in on the fun, but also support me to do more things like this, because I want this show to get better. I want every one of my shows I have are like my babies, and they all, to me, have not only a reason for me to do them, but a okay. So we got people commenting on my schedule and not on the number post. So I hope those people were not wanting to get numbers. Oh, Michelle was just saying she loves the schedule. Okay, gotcha. Michelle, did you get a number? Let me make sure. I got derailed a little bit. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, if you want to help me out, if you want to get into the community, I really appreciate everybody that goes over and just go to sign up. It's free to go to Locals and sign up to check it out. but you definitely would want to pay the $2 a month if you want to get in on this wheel and other giveaways. Get that hash and dash immunity. Okay, Michelle, I do not see you on the number post. So if you're out there, I'm going to wait before I do that one. I'll add you in before we do that. Let me share the wheel in real quick. And get all the likes and shares from Facebook, Rumble, and X. Yeah, it was a good conversation. I think we all are I think people are more open to talking about things like depression now. I don't like to lean on it as a topic too often, because there for a minute, like, mental health became like the only thing people talked about for like a couple months, and I get it, mental health is important, but it's also not something that, you know, I can talk about extensively all the time, because I don't have all the background. Do I have one? Yeah, Michelle, I don't see it.
Someone had said earlier that the things you think about is the things that'll overtake you. So if you sit around and think about, how down you are and how bad of a day you're having or whatever, certainly you're just
Pity party.
Yeah,
Kim, I think you did get one. Go ahead, sorry.
My mind went blank. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's my fault. You were saying
no,
that...
But you're manifesting that in your own head can be as bad as actually having the problem.
You can make it worse, or you can dwell on something. You can what's the word where you can not just manifest it? Go ahead, Ash.
You attract what you project.
Yeah, Kim, you did get a number. You're number 1 actually on Facebook. You can, and I think you can also manifest is a good word, Leslie. I was thinking of something else though. I swear there was another word I was trying to think of. You can almost like a hypochondriac, you can actually make yourself sick by thinking about it, so focusing on it so much.
There you go. That's well put.
For the year. Am I good? Sean, yeah, brother, you're good. If you wanted to, if you're gonna get that discount, you would be.
Yeah.
Or I mean, you can also just buy the hat next month, because you'd have your second charge or whatever. That's why I feel like two months should be enough to show that someone's hanging out. Cindy, did I get a number? I believe you did. I just gave them all out. Let me look. I don't. Just for you, I'll check. Oh yes, you did. You got a number. Okay, catching up here. I have mine. Yep. Okay, and okay. Tasha, I need to get you in on the community, indoor farmer community. Looking for Michelle. I see you. Okay. That is not the right one. Michelle, you're not going into the community. You keep going to your feed and clicking on, you got to look at the dates. I put the dates in the top. You just commented on something from May. You got to look at those dates. It's in the community itself, not in your regular feed. The regular feed on locals is going to just show you popular posts from whenever, or however you decide to curate that. But you have to go out to the 2 little people at the bottom. Not sure if she's out there. I'll wait. Yeah, no problem, Tasha. It's more or less, I mean, I hate to say definitively that you get more back than what you put in, but pretty darn sure. Shouts out to Gerald. I don't think I told you yet, Gerald, if you're out there, or maybe Sandy already told you, or I think you were here that night. Gerald won this month on the number wheel, but that means that he cannot win that wheel again for the rest of this month. I changed that rule. Basically, the number wheel gives you 1 chance that month. It gives you 12 chances to win, but once you win, you can't win multiple weeks. because you get 2.5 times what you pay for your subscription. Yeah, John, just send me your address. John wants to know if you won. You did win, John. Just send me your address and your with your legal name. Okay, I am grabbing all the likes now from Facebook, and I'll be going up to Rumble and to X. Grab those real quick. You can choose either a game night ticket if you win, or a ticket to win the hat. I did. What did I win? That's going to be up to you, my friend. If you want to get another a chance to win the hat, like another chance, an extra chance, because you already will have at least 1 or 2 chances to win. I think you might have been with me for 6 months already. If that's the case, you get an extra chance. You also get a chance for, actually, you get 2 chances for being a pro member. So you're already going to have 2 or 3 chances. But this will either give you a ticket for an extra chance to win, or the 2.5 months of subscription. And I might actually be doing legal lotteries pretty soon, guys. Legally.
That'd be
Isn't
cool.
that crazy?
Get back, dope.
All right, so this is. Oh wait, I'm not done. What am I doing?
Go get in there.
I grab the other people.
I'm getting attacked by my
Thanks,
dog.
Cindy.
Man.
Will you just say something about legally?
Getting attacked by my own dog.
Yeah, get back, dog.
What'd you say, Smash?
Oh, I just didn't hear what you said. Something about legally.
I can legally. I may be able to start doing legal lotteries,
Oh, what does that mean?
like a lottery, like, you know, you sell tickets and a winner wins the.
Gotcha.
You know,
Nice.
I have a friend that has a gaming license, so we'll see how that goes, but could be very interesting for my locals members. Okay, we got Sandy, we got Timothy, we got William over on X. Sandy, Timothy, William, and then we go to the live chat, see who was in there. It's worth it because definitely working on growing my audience on X. 711. I'm up to 711 followers. Okay, we already got William, so nobody. Margaret and Leslie. I'll go head over to Rumble. I'll get in a gorgeous. You're gonna get a hat ticket, okay? I'll write that down. You win a few of these, and you know, actually, ooh, that's it. That is a conundrum. Here's what we'll do. Since the hat tickets can be infinite, I will say this, Gerald. You can win multiple hat tickets, but if you choose money, if you choose cash on the number wheel throughout the month, you can only choose cash one time. How about that, guys? How does that sound? That means, Gerald, you can still participate in the number wheel until you decide to choose cash, and then you can participate in the number wheel for more hat tickets. I think that would work out, right? Anybody? Does that make sense? Because I still want people to participate. And yeah. And I'm writing everybody's ticket numbers down, and I'll add up the tickets you get for being a member later. But until I do the spin, and that spin, The first spin is going to be what takes what you use those tickets on, and then they're gone, and then you have to get more. So that's going to be fun. Yay!
How many tickets per spin?
What do you mean?
Did you just say you get more for the spins?
Yeah, it's going to depend on who you are, on how many tickets you'll have, how many, what your level of subscription is, how many months you've been with me, and how many of these game night or the hat tickets that you win. Yeah, I know someone on Facebook that was trying to do the ticket things already, and they got a letter from the state's attorney's office. Yeah, I mean, I can sell tickets to game night, and I can not sell. What am I saying? I can give away tickets for things like game night and tickets to give away a hat. If as far as I know, I don't know. Would that be considered a hat lottery? Like they're not paying for them. Anyway, there's a lot of legalities that I need to worry about once it goes past a certain point. We're kind of small time right now. We need to make sure that I dot my T's and cross my I's, though.
Yeah, don't dot your T's and cross your I's.
Yep, I got you, nobody. I got you there. I'm looking at Rumble now. So they don't do the ticket pulling. Yeah, I call them tickets, so maybe I shouldn't call them tickets. But like I said, I have someone who is a legal, gaming licensed person. Pulling tickets for you. Yeah, they were doing the pulling tickets for you. Buy tickets pretty much like the lottery. Oh, they were buying tickets. Yep. Other people seen doing it on Facebook too, but they will shut that down. Yeah. I got around to everywhere. Thank you, Cindy. I think I've added you already for the. No, I didn't. Okay, Rumble. What is up? 8 Rumblers in the house. And let's check the. Oh, I can't check the chat. Oh, there it is. So nobody. Leslie. Brenda. B. What song did the skeleton sing? Anybody?
Spooky, scary skeletons.
We're getting close to the spooky season. What song did the skeleton sing?
Bad to the bone.
Yes.
I mean, maybe, but this skeleton sang. What he actually sang was, I ain't got nobody.
That's like ultimate dad joke right there.
Hey, bad joke, dad joke. I'm here for it all.
Dad song joke.
All right, let's wait. We got to shuffle a little bit more. Yeah, this will be one of the few ways that someone that's not a subscriber will win a chance to win the hat. Very few ways.
So do you pick the color, or is there?
If you win, you will get to pick from whatever is there and available.
Oh yeah.
As they go. So as they dwindle down, whoever
Sounds
wins.
like one of my bar nights back in the old days.
Try me again on that one.
I said it sounds like one of them bar nights when I was younger. You get what was left.
Yep, you get the slim pickings at the end there.
Right.
Get your coyote uglies out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Excellent. Wow, we jumped up on X. 22 people hanging out. Cheers.
Well, you're going to win.
We're actually sitting at almost 50 people in the house right now. Cheers, everybody. Plus the people on screen. Yeah, we're at 50.
Congratulations.
Jones. Gerald, you got two accounts. Gerald. Is that you, Gerald? Honestly, I don't see why it matters. Think about like when there's like a box out the supermarket, somebody's giving away a truck or whatever. No one's stopping you from filling out 10 of those things.
Agreed.
Unless they say that on the thing. It's like, hey, only one entry, one. I don't know. Maybe they can hold that against you and not give you the thing. But I just feel like when there's any normal public giveaway happening, you know, you can. No one's able to stop you from putting in more than one. Or to say this, like, all you have to do is like, oh hey, I'm with my aunt, my mom, and my wife, and I have two of my friends here too. None of them want the item, but I'm gonna make all 5 of them sign up for this giveaway for me. You know, like everyone's done that out of the supermarket or wherever, at the mall. You know, hey, come on, how old is my kid? 12. Okay, I can sign them up for this giveaway for this truck. Like, like people do that. Come on. So Gerald, it is Gerald. You got an extra account, Gerald. I don't know who God Jones is because I see Gerald Jones right above him on the wheel. All right. Well, what do you want? You want a game night ticket or do you want another hat ticket? Stop saying ticket, I guess. Token?
Slots.
Slot.
Slots.
We got, just like the sign says outside the Riverboat Casino near my house, we got red hot slots over here. They say that all the time.
Do it. That's the name.
I like token. That was a good one.
Gerald, no, this is going by how many people liked this. That was just for the like and share wheel. But technically, if I'm going to do that, then it doesn't mean you can have 10 accounts, you know. I can't stop that. And I'm definitely not going to track people down or get upset if anybody's, you know. Those are the terms of my giveaway. I can't know what each one of the screen names, who's behind it.
I had 2 accounts, but they're both in the same name.
Mark Zuckerberg might be in here on this giveaway right now.
I have 1 account. I don't know how y'all can handle more accounts.
I have 1 account, but I have 2 other pages. So I could have 3 technically jumping in and hitting like comments on places. And
I mean, I'm subscribing to 2 different subscriptions with Wayland, but both in the same name.
Oh, really? You can have the exact same name?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh wait, I didn't add the numbers yet. Goes up to 22 now. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 was, let's see if Michelle found it. Found it right here. Yes, ma'am. Look at that date and you'll know that you are in the right place. Cindy Lou. Oh, thank you. Cindy tagged Tasha. Oh, Tasha is already a member. I don't know. She's in the community. Awesome. Oh, Kim, I gave you 2 numbers because you commented on both. I need to fix that. Actually need to go down to, or actually, I'm just going to take out the number that I gave you, which was a 12 on locals. You're number 1 on Facebook, so we're just going to do that instead of shifting everybody on here. And then Cindy, you are in there too. Okay, I got that. Michelle Paris, let me get you a number. You're going to be number 23. Who was Ronald Blackwell? He's Ronald Blackwell's number 23. So Michelle's going to be number 24. You guys will have the choice to pick the cash or the hat ticket. Yeah. I see a lot of people weighing in on the different accounts things. Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's something that can be helpful in a lot of ways, but it also can be confusing, to Ashley's point, trying to keep track of all that.
I already have like 50 tabs open in my brain. I can't do it on the actual internet screen.
Right. Well, think about the difficulty at which other people, me having to deal with someone else that has 10 accounts, not just me, but like any of us dealing with someone. And I know a few of you, I love you. God love you guys out there. But some of you, I message you and I'm like, I don't know which one I don't know when he's going to see this or when they're going to see, and we get notifications, but we don't always pay attention to those, do we? Oh, looks like number 20. Number 20. Who was number 20? That wasn't that long ago.
Or 6.
Smashley was 21. Diane.
6 though, I think.
Oh, went to 6. Oh, my bad. I wasn't looking. You're right. I heard you whispering at 6 or something, and I wasn't paying attention.
Can't say it 3 times.
Wow, Sandy. Now, this is what I'm talking about, you guys. Sandy Ohm and Gerald have both won already this week, and they are in the same house. Like, I don't mind. I don't care if Gerald is running Sandy's account. Like, if you get a loved one, like, that's why I've told people before, like, sign your friends up to the locals community and give yourself an extra, like, spot to win stuff. Don't even worry about them doing anything. Just like, hey, let me get you to sign up for this thing. I'll pay for it. Like what does it matter? It's an extra position being paid for, right? So, but for Sandy and Gerald, like, they both jump in on game night. They love some bags, some what do you call it? Not bags. There's another word for it. Bag toss. What's it called?
Bag toss.
Yeah, there's another word for it. She's gonna tell me.
Some cornhole or
cornhole.
Yeah,
got it before anybody. All right, Sandy wants to ticket.
A treat. That's what my dogs think every time they do something you ask them to.
Awesome. Yeah, cornhole. Yeah, like it always sounds a little bit wrong to me. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's another. We're doing a second spin. I forgot. So since she picked the hat ticket, that means she can still get in on the spin next week too. That's how that works.
I just want to know how that become a cornhole. That's all.
I don't know. Maybe it was a box. I'm thinking it was a box that they would put corn inside, and then they would throw things into it, and they may start.
Maybe they filled up the bean bags with corn.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about what the name was used for prior to. Is it? You think it was because back in the old days the farmers had to wipe with cobs?
Because it says, but if we analyze the word cornhole, we get the word corn and hole. which suggests that corn needs to be thrown into the hole. Also, according to unofficial terminology, when a player throws a bag into the hole, it's called a cornhole, which tells us that the corn has been thrown into the hole. Wow. Did
Sounds
Kamala Harris
I
write
was
this?
just gonna say that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, and
Hilarious.
just okay. All right. Number 23, which is none other than Ronald Blackwell.
Oh, that's funny.
Congrats.
Ronald's been with me for at least a year now, and he's kind of one of my more quiet, silent viewers that just comes through, and I think he probably watches the replay more than anything, as far as I can tell, and just been a solid supporter for like a year. Let me go look. I think I lost a subscriber just recently, down to 63, just floating around. It's all right, not bad. Better than where I've been, not nearly where I'm going. So it is what it is. If I could throw any more, soliloquies in there, I would. Okay,
Cindy.
Blackwell.
Your
I don't know if
corn-
soliloquy is the right word. Maybe haikus. No, it's not right.
Oh jeez, I'm like over here clicking like I was trying to pull up your comment. You see what Cindy wrote?
Okay, so Ronald's been with me since over a year. April 12th, 2023. Hell yeah, brother. All right. And he's a super pro member. Shouts out to Ronald. Appreciate you, man. You guys, he is here. Cool. Hey, it's up to you, but hey, super pro member, 2.5 times your support would be a nice little, damn, that's almost buying a hat right there. It's almost a free hat. I might do that even. I might even do that for people that have been a super pro member for more than 6 months. If they win the wheel, they just get a hat. I might do that. I'm thinking about it. I'll think about it. What do you want to do, Ronald? For now, we'll just put you down as I've been talking about, which gives you the option for the ticket for the hat or the 2.5 months your subscription. That's 25 bones. That's damn near buying a hat right there. But you can only get that once a month. So just let me know, my friend, and I will put it down. And then we'll get out of here. It's been a good night. Kim, are you done reading the audio book? What do you call a digital book? You guys ever read digital books?
I'm
I
just
don't
sitting
think
here
I
listening to you guys.
My eyes.
I like it when you listen with your eyes, though. Class, are we not paying attention? Oh. Then here you go. You're playing the role of the student right there. Super Pro Sandy is $10 or more.
Whoa.
Oh, Leslie Boop.
Up and close and personal.
I didn't see that last second of Leslie. Was it close up?
Oh no, I'm saying like when we all zoomed in.
Oh, we did. You're right. I don't know. I don't mind it. I don't mind
Yeah,
it.
it's not
We're
bad.
leaving anyway. Thanks for popping in, Smashly. I did send the link out to a bunch of people, and a few of you guys came in. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, Sandy, that's a good question. It is slightly a worse deal for me, but a better deal for you guys if you go and subscribe on Facebook, which is $3, and subscribe on Locals for a full year, which makes it $1.60 something a month, which then gets you the pro membership for less than $5 a month. But then if you go to Super Pro, it's you got to go up to, I guess you'd have to go up to $7 on Locals and $3 on Facebook if you wanted to do it that way.
Good
And that's
night.
doable. But either way, it's however you want to slice it. Locals is better, and I do prefer that. That's why I push for it harder. But it is what it is. Yeah, thank you, Leslie, for coming up, man. Much love, brother. We're gonna take care of some of those country boy weeds game night winners here in a little bit. I'm yearly. Okay. Wait, you're yearly on Facebook? I didn't know that was a thing. Well, get with me, Sandy. Tell me about that because in the DMs because I didn't know that you could do that. Oh, you're just saying that you're yearly on locals and you're also subscribed on Facebook. Oh, excuse me. Yes, I know that makes you a pro member. So you would either get $12.50 or the hat ticket. So that's up to you. That I don't know if I can sustain that for too much longer, but I do like giving it out. Right, I got you. My bad. I came to the conclusion after jumping to conclusions. Okay, it's been a good one. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Smashley. Ladies, appreciate it. I'm getting smashed in the middle. I'm a Kim Smashley sandwich, and there's 2 American flags on the other side of me too.
There is too.
Yeah, where's your American flag there?
It's right over there. Hold on, I got it.
Fancy meeting you here.
Right.
Mine's the best though.
Oh shit.
Oh, I have one of those. You know how I have one of those?
You bought it from somebody.
No, I got it from my dad's funeral.
Oh yeah.
What? Wait, you don't? Why don't you have one?
I don't know.
I thought all veterans got one.
I never got one. Where'd you get it from?
This was before I got demoted for cannabis. I was a specialist. Waylon J. Maccabee, warrior citizen.
You
In
got
appreciation. Huh?
you got demoted for cannabis?
Oh, like at least 3 times.
What are you talking about? While you were in the military?
Yeah, I failed 4 drug tests for cannabis after the war. They just couldn't let me have it. Just couldn't leave me the fuck alone.
What's your middle name?
I can't tell you that.
Say, why not? Jeez.
Joint. Waylon Joint. It says, in appreciation for your faithful military service, your selfless sacrifice and excellent performance of duty is reflective of the Army's warrior ethos. Your patriotic service as a true warrior citizen will never be forgotten unless you smoke cannabis, in which case, fuck you. Oh, I'm sorry. That part's not on here.
Oh, you just read it in between the lines.
Yeah, I wasn't in the Army. I was in the Air Force.
I see. Must be an Army thing then.
Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it was something where you were stationed at.
Is that your pom pom?
It's one of those the duster, but it's like it works off of static electricity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ever seen one of those static dusters?
Yeah.
I like it. Good night, Gerald. Good night, John Boy. Come see us this weekend for game night and see Kim on Sunday. See Ashley on Friday night. Actually, is this? I don't even know. I never know. It's hard to tell like what's when and what's what. And by the way, don't worry about the StreamYard technical glitches or whatever. Like you could still go live. I tested it. It's still good to go. I don't know what's happening, but it still says I'm live from last night. Very, very weird happenings going on.
Yeah, I've seen
Did you
that.
contact StreamYard and say something?
No, I feel like we should just delete the video.
Oh.
That is weird.
It's not that big a deal. Like one We Grow Wednesday can be deleted. Like if we wanted to, we could still upload it, you know,
Right.
re-upload it.
Maybe it glitched like that because of whatever glitches were going on last night.
That's what I think. It was because as I was trying to end it, it was like taking a long time and it wasn't really fully getting the signal. And so I actually went back into the studio to the like, because you can go into the details and go into previous studios, and I went back inside there and it was closed. Like, it was ended. There was nothing I could do. So I think I just have to shut it off or like delete it. Anyway, enough said. What's up, Jeremy?
Hola.
Looking good. Yeah, look at that. Look at the Jeremy. You got the two flags. You know, I got there. What I got one, two. Where did I put it? I need to hang it up now, just for when you ladies are on.
Just get a little shelf right there. Oh, is it a picture frame?
It's in a shadow box.
Heavy too. This thing is not light. Like,
Yeah.
Shelf right there.
anyway, all right, guys.
Yeah.
Remember, it
I
ain't
have-
all. Go ahead.
I have my dad's still folded and everything. It's packed away, and then I have like his discharge papers from and some of his other stuff from World War II. I want to make a shadow box and put all that in there.
That would be cool. My mom's got one too from her dad. Yeah, those are really awesome. I didn't even talk about this the whole time, but did you see the title? It says episode 110. It ain't all peaches and cream. JFrost. You guys don't know that, but it's a song that he plays at the end of every time he goes live. He plays that song at the end, and it's one of his songs. And I thought it was a cool quote to put up as the tonight's encompassing tonight's topic, right? All right, peace out, everybody. If you haven't yet hit the like button, please do so. Share us out, follow the ladies on the screen, and have a good weekend.
Good night.